Soros was born Gyorgy Schwartz in Budapest in the Kingdom of Hungary to a prosperous non-observant Jewish family. His mother, Erzsébet, also known as Erzsébet, had come from a family running a prosperous silk shop. His father, Tivadar, was a lawyer and a well-known Esperanto spokesman who edited the literary journal Literatura Mondo in Esperanto. His father changed their surname to Soros in 1936 to escape the rising anti-Semitic persecution. As a teenager, George survived the 1944 Nazi invasion and occupation of Hungary. Later, George emigrated from the then communist-dominated Hungary in 1947 after World War II ended and made his way to England. Soros started studying Karl Popper's The Open Society and Its Enemies at London School of Economics. The essential lesson given to George by the book was that no ideology owns the truth, and that societies can flourish only when they operate freely and openly and maintain respect for individual rights, thoughts that would profoundly influence Soros for the rest of his life. George Soros graduated in 1952 and moved to New York in September 1956, taking up a position at Wall Street brokerage firm FM Mayer, where he initially worked as a European investment analyst. Soros set up his hedge fund, the Soros Fund, with $12 million from investors after working with a few more firms in 1973. The Quantum Fund made $5.5 billion in 2013, making it the most profitable hedge fund. The fund has raised $40 billion since its establishment in 1973, and of September 2015, 85-year-old Soros was considered the 21st richest individual in the world. In September 1992, when the British government devalued the pound sterling, Soros' reputation as an almost legendary financier was created. During the days preceding the devaluation, the genius investor had sold billions of pounds through his quantum group of companies, much of it bought with borrowed money. Soros then purchased the pounds, repaid the money he had borrowed, and made a profit of $1 billion. Others also profited from the collapse of the pounds, but the scale of Soros' operation dwarfed everyone else's, and the gambit won him the nickname, the man who broke the Bank of England. However, in 1994, his intuition seemed to fail him, at least temporarily, as he hypothesized that the dollar would rise against the Japanese yen. Instead, the dollar plummeted year-round, and in February, the Quantum Fund reportedly lost hundreds of millions on a single day. While he denied involvement in speculative attacks on the Thai baht in 1997, the name of Soros quickly became connected to the financial crisis that engulfed Asia the next year. Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir bin Mohamad called out Soros as the culprit responsible for the ringgit's fall. In fact, as a result of the crisis, the Soros funds lost billions. George Soros returned in 1999 with early returns on internet stocks, but his investing style became more conservative in the light of the internet bubble implosions in 2000. A French court sentenced the insider trading financier for a 1988 stock deal involving financial services firm Société Générale in December 2002, and he was fined €2.2 million, $2.9 million. In July 2011, faced with new federal hedge fund rules, Soros declared that the Quantum Endowment Fund would no longer handle the money of outside investors, but would only manage the assets of Soros and his family. Thanks to his financial ingenuity, the renowned financier has received several awards. As of February 2017, Forbes magazine listed Soros as the world's 29th richest person, the world's wealthiest hedge fund manager, and the 19th on the list of the 400 wealthiest Americans, with an estimated net worth of $25.2 billion. That was after Soros lost nearly $1 billion in the week following the election of Donald Trump as president in 2016. George Soros had been involved as a philanthropist since the 1970s, when he started to provide funds to support black students to attend the South Africa's University of Cape Town and started supporting dissident movements behind the Iron Curtain. Philanthropic funding provided by Gyorgy includes efforts to promote non-violent democratization in post-Soviet states. Such projects, often in Central and Eastern Europe, occur primarily through the Open Society Foundation and the Soros National Foundations, usually under other names such as the Stefan Batory Foundation in Poland. PBS reported he had given away a total of $4 billion as of 2003. The OSI claims he has invested about $500 million annually in the last few years. Time magazine in 2007 cited two different ventures: $100 million for internet connectivity for regional Russian universities and $50 million for the Millennium Promise to eliminate extreme poverty in Africa, noting that Gyorgy had contributed $742 million to US initiative and gave over $7 billion in total. Many notable projects have included aid to scientists and universities across Central and Eastern Europe, help to civilians during the Sarajevo siege, and Transparency International. Soros also committed €420 million of the endowments to the Central European University (CEU). The Open Society gave Lynn Stewart's Defense Committee $20,000 in September 2002. The lawyer who represented controversial, poor and mostly unpopular defendants in court and was sentenced to 21 and 3 years in prison for providing material support for a terrorist conspiracy via a client's press conference. The serial investor pledged $50 million in September 2006 to the Millennium Promise, led by economist Jeffrey Sachs, to provide educational, agricultural, and medical help to support African villages enduring poverty. George Soros played a part in a peaceful transition from communism to democracy in Hungary 1984 to 1989 and supported the Central European University in Budapest with a substantial endowment. The Open Society Foundations have active initiatives in over 60 countries around the world, with overall spending currently reaching around $600 million per year. It was revealed on October 17, 2017 that Soros had donated $18 billion to the foundation of the Open Society. In October 2018, Soros was contributing $2 million via the Wikimedia Endowment Program to the Wikimedia Foundation. Soros played a part in political advocacy and other philanthropic activities. In 2003, he supported the Center for American Progress with startup support for the think tank. He promised millions of dollars to organizations like MoveOn.org to fight the re-election of President George W. Bush, a Republican, in 2004. He also became a supporter of the presidential campaigns of Democratic Senator Barack Obama in 2008 and 2012, and at the 2016 election he donated to Hillary Clinton. In 2010, Soros contributed $100 million to Human Rights Watch, a non-governmental organization. While a towering figure in the world of philanthropy, Soros is a provocative figure too. Among his controversial views is that he advocates altering the United States war on drugs to stop the present level of criminalization. He was interested in and greatly profited from the UK currency crisis in 1992, called the Black Wednesday. He wrote several books on the imminent fall of the financial system, and some critics accused him of manipulating the system to its ends. He is of the view that the US and Israel policies gave rise to global anti-Semitism. Controversial or reverend, with his numerous foundations through which he influences public policies and undertakes massive humanitarian projects, financial power, and the 14 books he's written on subjects ranging from the war on terror to global capitalism. George Soros is an influential figure and a giant in finance and the field of philanthropy. Soros received honorary doctoral degrees from the New School for Social Research, New York, Oxford University in 1980, Corvinus University of Budapest, and Yale University in 1991 respectively. In 1995, he earned an honorary degree in economics from the University of Bologna. He was inducted into the Hedge Fund Manager Hall of Fame of Institutional Investors Alpha in 2008. In January 2014, after the start of his Quantum Endowment Fund in 1973, Soros was ranked number 1 in LCH Investments list of top 20 managers, having reported returns of nearly $42 billion. He was made an honorary fellow of the British Academy, the National Academy for the Humanities and Social Sciences of the United Kingdom in July 2017. For 2018, Soros was the Financial Times Person of the Year, with the Financial Times describing him as a standard bearer of liberal democracy, an idea under populist siege. In April 2019, the Riding R Award for Courage was awarded to Soros. George Soros has been married 3 times and divorced twice. In 1960, he married Annalise Wichak, but the couple divorced in 1983. They had 3 children: Robert Daniel Soros, born 1963, Andrea Soros Colombel, born June 11, 1965, and Jonathan Tivadar Soros, born September 10, 1970. In 1983, George Soros married Susan Weber, but divorced in 2005. They have 2 children, Alexander Soros, born 1985, and George James Soros, born 1988. In 2008, Soros met Tamiko Bolton. They married September 21, 2013. According to wealthy people, George Soros has a whopping net worth of $8.3 billion as of 2020 and is placed 22nd in Forbes' World's Billionaires list. Thank you very much for watching our videos. We'd like to give you another exciting video for you to enjoy next. Still, before then, our team will be thrilled if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss other exciting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other videos we handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.